Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. And shalom to the Yakwat that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to your husbands and guiding your children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatah. Alright, so this lesson is going to be it's kind of going to be a lesson, but it's basically going to be me giving testimony of a dream that I had the previous night, like not last night, but the night before, and it was a beautiful dream. By the way, it was a beautiful dream. It was scary, but at the end it was just magnificent, you know. So I'm gonna get into my dream. I'm not gonna read it, you know what I'm saying, word for word, because what happened was, like when I woke up, I wrote it down, but I basically just meditated on what happened as I was at work and stuff like that. And then I came across a brother. I came across a brother from the GMS camp who had a very similar dream, a very similar dream, and I was like, man, that's crazy. I got to do a video about this, man, because the weirdest thing about the dream was that I was thinking to myself in the dream that I gotta write this down. Now, I normally write my dreams down if I can remember them, but in the dream, I was telling myself to write it down, as if I, or maybe it was me telling me that, or it could have been the Most High. I don't know, man. It could have been an angel, something. But I was being told to write it down. So, and then that day I I saw the brother do a video on his dream, and it was so similar. And so yeah, this is the dream. Essentially, I'm running, and I'm running as fast as I can, as fast as my legs can carry me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you get tired when you're running real fast and you're running, but the adrenaline was so heavy on me, I didn't even feel that I was exhausted, because I was so terrified. I was so petrified because something was coming after me, right? Something was chasing me, and what it was, I can't even begin to describe it at that point. When I'm running down appears to be a dungeon, kind of like a dungeon, but there's no prisons or anything like that, right? There's no prisons, but it's all stony walls. It's all stony walls. You got the candles are lit down the corridors, and down these stony walls, there's like alleys, like different alleys that's connected. So it made me feel like this was a labyrinth, like a somewhat of a maze. And so I'm running down this labyrinth, and I look behind me, and I see I see that there's other men like me, or there's other men that have the same faith, like they believe They believe what I believe. They believe that the Most High is Yahawah. They believe that His Son is Yahawashi. They believe that He's coming back. You know what I'm saying? They would so what I'm perceiving is that these are me. This is me with fellow followers of the faith. You know what I'm saying? The Akim, the Aqua. You know what I'm saying? Those that's following that's following the guidelines of the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I see all these like-minded men in the faith and women, by the way. But I'm mostly seeing men. You know what I mean? Like, I'm mostly seeing men. I may hear a couple screams of like women in the background, but I'm mostly seeing men, right? And they're all running along with me. And so it says, I know we're all trying to escape something dreadful. We're all trying to escape something that's just, you can't really describe what this thing is. You know what I'm saying? The candles were lit. The candles were lit before us. But the way behind us was pitch black. It was pitch darkness. So, let's see. It was pitch darkness, but you could hear growling, right? You could hear growling like something's, like it's coming from the depths of a creature's belly, right? It's like that, and it's just terrifying. Like, I know, like if you've ever heard a lion, roaring, people say that it's like resonating inside. Is that deep? Well, this beast was like that, but magnified. And so clearly it was a beast that was chasing after us. And as the unseen creature was pursuing us, we pushed even harder. We just kept going even faster, you know what I'm saying? Because the fear is just there. And so then we ran into a dead end. But I looked to the right. And I saw a man glowing. And he had on a green garment. You know what I'm saying? He had on a green garment. He's got the gold belt going on. You know what I'm saying? And he had his hands interlocked. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how the bodyguards are, and like say like this, right? And his hands like that. He had his hands like that, and it was him at an entrance, right? It looked like an entrance to something, and he had over to his left was like a whole wall of crowns, right? So I'm not even focused on the crowns right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that caught the corner of my eye, but I'm just focused on him, and I'm like, oh shit, right? Oh shit. So he had a large crown, right? He had a large crown on his head, and I immediately jumped. I was shouting like a little 9-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? That just got the birthday present or the Christmas present that he always wanted. You know what I'm saying? Back when I was in the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was jumping up like that. I was all excited. You know what I'm saying? Like all the fear of that monster, all the fear of that monster wasn't even there anymore. You know, it's so much excitement because, you know, I knew that I was going to be safe. I knew that I was going to be safe. I knew that I reached the end. You know, so I knew who this was. I knew who this was. There was no mistaking it. You know, the king had been waiting for us. He was awaiting our arrival. You know, so we went through. We left the labyrinth. All of us, all of the men left the labyrinth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm assuming some of those women were their spouses or whatever. Some of the men's spouses, but we. Salakia. All right, back to what I'm saying. So I assumed that some of the women that were with us were the spouses of some of the men, right? And so what happens? Okay, so what we did was, okay, so when we left the labyrinth, there was a glass door that just sealed the labyrinth shut, right? It just sealed the labyrinth shut. And so then we looked back, right? We looked back, and we was able to see the creature. We was able to see the creature. The creature was just terrifying. It was like something out of a straight horror film. I mean, really, it was terrifying, man. It approached the glass real slowly with the growling and everything like that. And it was a giant monstrosity, like huge. And it had a muscular build. It was real muscular. It was on its forelegs. It was hairy, with a mouth full of jagged teeth. You know what I'm saying? Had like 6 eyes and stuff like that going on. You know, as we looked in horror at what was going on, a fire filled up the labyrinth and burned it up. You know, burned it alive, right? Engulfed it in flames as a great. After our sigh of relief, then the king called us forth, right? The king called us forth. And back to the excitement that we felt, one by one, we was kneeling down before him. And then he was taking the crowns from this big wall. He was taking the crowns and he was placing on our heads, you know what I'm saying, one by one, you know, and each crown was allotted to a specific person, each crown. So every person's crown was his own, right? Every person's crown was his own, his own specific design, you know what I'm saying? They all essentially looked similar, but distinct designs on every one of them. You know what I'm saying? And each one had like you know, different stones, right? Like, or different precious jewels. You know, like diamonds and or topaz and stuff like that, right? And so let me see. I saw that each one was distinct from the other. They were all dazzling. They were all marvelous to look upon, right? And it was my turn to kneel down. It was my turn to kneel down and approach. And I was given my crown, right? I was given my crown, and it was dope. It was dope. It was dope, man. had all this stuff going on. It had a slight, and this is the thing about the crowns, man. The crowns had a slight glow about them. You know what I mean? Like real fly type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And it was perfectly fashioned to my head. It was like it was like it fit perfectly. Like it fit better than a fitted hat if you got one specifically your head size. It fit better than a fitted hat. Let's put it that way, right? Let me see. So then he let us all after he was done crowning us. After he was done crowning us, he led us through this big doorway. But it was like a gateway, kind of like a gateway. Like if you've seen the Stargate movie, if you've seen the Stargate movie and you see the big old portal, right? It's like that. It's like that. So we walked through the portal with him, and then beyond it, it was just a vast like utopia type of thing, right? With all the trees and everything everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like a big old sunset and shit, and grass. I mean, grass everywhere. All beautiful flowers and stuff like that. I saw big old flying creatures, I've never seen before. I can't say pterodactyl. I can't say pterodactyls, but if I could give you an image, think on the scale of a pterodactyl, right? But they look so majestic. And it was just awesome, right? It was just crazy. I mean, God. And so, and then there was large creatures. I mean, when the scriptures say behemoth, I mean, they were huge. They were huge, man. You know what I'm saying? And, Salakia. All right, so, yeah, and so, let's see the creatures. Oh yeah. So some of them look like brontosauruses and stuff like that. Like I'm a big fan of dinosaurs. Like I've always loved dinosaurs. My brother and I, when we was kids, you know what I'm saying? When we was kids, it was always dinosaurs, man. It was big brontosauruses and triceratops and all that stuff, stegosauruses. I mean, that was just our thing, man. So we're looking at these big dinosaur scale creatures, and it's just looking fantastic. And then the sea, like the sea was so blue, you know what I mean? So blue, like crystal clear kind of water, and you can see it from a distance. It's that clear that you can see how clear it is from a distance. And you know what I'm saying? This world, I ended the dream off with this world was worth the struggle of overcoming the fearful labyrinth. So I think that's going to be the name of this lesson, the fearful labyrinth. All right. So put that over there. So let's get into these scriptures, man. Let's get into these scriptures. I'm gonna start off with Revelations. You know, I woke up from that dream just thinking, so lucky about that, man. It's my nephew. He's all over the place today. But yes, when I woke up from the dream, I was just thanking the Most High Yahawah, thanking His Son Yahawashi. You know what I'm saying? Thanking Him for the dream, for revealing all that stuff to me. I mean, it was kind of bizarre, but at the same time, I was able to get edification within from that dream. You know, so I think I'm gonna get. Let me see. I think I'm gonna get this one. Let's go to Revelations. Let's go to Revelations chapter 12, verse 12. Because Jacob's trouble's coming, man. Jacob's trouble is coming. And it's not going to be a cakewalk. It's not going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be real. It's going to be deadly. It's going to be terrifying. You know what I mean? It says, I'm going to start at chapter 12, verse 6. Revelation chapter 12, verse 6. And it says, and the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of Yahawah, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. Now that's talking about Israel. Let's talk about Israel, right? The scriptures say that Israel is likened unto a comely woman. We are the bride to Yahawashi. So it says, let me jump up and hit verse 1. Revelations 12 and 1. It says, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. So that tells you right there, this is talking about the children of Israel, man. It's talking about the Israelites. Right? It says, and she being with child cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. Right? And it says, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. So we're talking about the beast. We're talking about the system. We're talking about Esau, Edom, the dragon that's chasing the Israelites in these last days. So in the beginning of that dream is just me and the brethren, you know what I'm saying, which were being chased by this beast, and we're going through this labyrinth, right? We're going through this labyrinth, and it's terrifying, and you know, we don't know which way to go. We just keep going the way we think, or the way we feel is the best way to go. You know what I mean? Let me see. Let's go to verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right? He knoweth that he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. Right? Right now, Israel's being persecuted. Israel's being beat down. Israel's being killed out in these streets, man, by the same people right here. The dragon. The dragon. Who's rising up? It's the dragon. Right? It's Esau, Edom that it's talking about. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she was nourished for a time and times and half a time, where the face of from the face of the serpent, from the face of the serpent. I equate that to where the glass door had shut, and we was looking at the beast that showed up. And let me jump to verse 17. It says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Yahweh, and have the testimony of Yahawah HaMashiach. Right? So so that's basically what was going down, man. That's basically what was going down. The remnant were being persecuted. You know what I'm saying? I was running down the labyrinth with my brethren, and we was being chased. We was being persecuted. We was being hunted, right? We was being hunted. And so then we came to Yahawah. We came to Yahawah, and yeah. Oh man. I'm gonna get boy, when I tell you when I saw Yahawah, man, when I saw this big dude with this tall dude, man, the stature, standing there like this with his hands folded, you know what I'm saying? Green garment, got this nice gold belt, crown on his head. He's just there, boy. I was, man, I can't even express. Like I said, a little 8-9-year-old kid that just got the toy that he wanted, and he's jumping up and down like that. That was the kind of enthusiasm that I had when I saw it. I was sitting there. I swear, man, in my dream, I was in my body. I was probably just squirming all over the place when that happened in my dream, because I was up and down in my dream when I saw that. So this is Revelations. This is Revelations chapter 3, verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast. Sloppy. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Yeah. And them crowns, boy. Them crowns was just fantastic. I mean, boy, you can't put a price on those kind of crowns that I saw, man. You can't put a price. You can't put a price. I mean, that would be worth, oof. The kind of crowns that I saw, you couldn't put a price on those. No, sir. Just one of those crowns would crash the economy. Yo, I'm talking real bling, the real stuff, man. None of this bullshit that we talking about with these phony rappers. Ain't no. We talking about these greens, that the dollar bills that they just be flopping like that. Nah, man. Nah. Nah, man. This kind of gold was worth everything. Everything. I'm going to read that again. It says, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. That was insane. Insane. Boy, I'm glad I wrote that down, man. I'm glad I wrote it down, man, because I want to go back to that dream, but I know the real thing is going to be so much better. The real thing's gonna be so much more. A dream can't do it justice. A dream can't do it justice. The scriptures say, man. Let me see. Let's go to the Apocrypha. Let's go to the Apocrypha. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Here we go. Let's go to 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras, chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse. I'm gonna get 34. 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, verse 34. It says, "And therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen, that hear and understand. Look for your shepherd. He shall give you everlasting rest. For he is nigh at hand, that shall come in the end of the world." You see what I'm saying? O ye heathen. You see what I'm saying? Look. This is gonna be something that all these Gentiles is gonna look at, all these heathens gonna look at, and they're gonna be like, man. Because the scriptures say that the Israelites is gonna look at the heathen, is gonna say, hey man, the Most High has done mighty for us. The Most High has done great things for his people. That hear and understand. Look for your shepherd. He shall give you everlasting rest. For he is nigh at hand, that shall come in the end of the world. Be ready to the reward of the kingdom. Be ready to the reward of the kingdom. For the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. Flee the shadow of this world. Receive my joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. Oh, receive the gift that is given you. Oh, receive the gift that is given you, and be glad, giving thanks unto him that hath called you to the heavenly kingdom. Boy, when we walked through that portal, and we saw that Even now, I'm just at a loss for words, just trying to explain what I was seeing. Like I don't want to say utopia because that's so cliche. You know what I'm saying? It's so cliche, and it does not do this any kind of justice, man. I gotta read that again. It says, "Oh, receive the gift that is given you, and be glad, giving thanks unto him that hath called you to the heavenly kingdom." It was heavenly. It was heavenly. All right. Salakia for all that went down. Had a couple restrictions on YouTube. I don't know what this thing's about, but anyway, let me finish off. What I was reading before I end this. So I'm not gonna make the rest of this too long. So I'm just end this out. So I was at 2nd Esdras, the 2nd chapter. I'm gonna read verse 37 again. It says, "Oh, receive the gift that is given you, and be glad, giving thanks unto him that hath called you to the heavenly kingdom." Verse 38 says, "Arise up and stand. Behold the number of those that be sealed in the feast of Yahawah, which are departed from the shadow of the world, and have received glorious garments of Yahawah. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of Yahweh. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of Yahweh, that thy people, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number. And they all praised Yahawah with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and have put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahawah. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then I said unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahawah. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way, and tell thy people what manner of things and how great wonders of Yahawah thy power thou hast seen. All right, and I'm gonna end it with that, man. This has been an amazing dream that I had, an amazing dream, and I can't wait for the real thing. The real thing is gonna be the shit, man. It's gonna be the shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, after I had that dream, I was just thanking the Most High, you know what I'm saying? And I was meditating on that dream and whatnot, how beautiful it was. And then I came across that one brother from the GMS camp who had a very similar dream. And I said, oh my God. I said, I gotta make a video on this. I can't be quiet about this, man. I gotta. Oh boy. So I hope that was edifying for you all. I want to say, call Halal Yumla, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Yahawashi. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwah that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatah. Shalom.